What's up guys, welcome back to the next video in learning PHP. My name is QDSDani and you guys watching my channel Korayawood. Alright, so we have learned our MySQL here. We have learned how to we're gonna issue commands. So now it's time, as we said in the previous video, how we're gonna connect our database to our website. So how we're gonna do that. And keep in mind, in the future videos I'm gonna show you how just like we create our database in our table, how we're going to insert the database through our website. Alright, so before we continue, I've got a very small subscribe message for you guys, and then we're going to continue our discussion. Please subscribe Korayawood. As always, our programming videos will continue. At Korayawood, we are committed to bring you the best programming videos. If you like my videos, please subscribe my channel. Click the bell icon to stay updated with my new videos. Alright, so welcome back. And as we said that how we're gonna connect this one. So we're gonna come here and say, for example, there are two, I'm gonna put it here. So keep in mind, I'm here in index. So which one is index? Index is this part which says login. There are two ways, and when we gonna say, for example, I'm gonna use this area, there are two ways we can connect our database to the PHP, with the PHP, to connect our database with my with our website through the PHP. So there are two ways, as we said, two ways, and to connect. Okay, the first one is MySQLi, and the second one is PHP. This one, the first one is the MySQL, as you guys know, it's a MySQL. I at the end is means that the MySQL improved. Our improvement, whatever you guys see, and this guy here, this means that PHP data object. Alright, so this MySQL have a procedural. Say for example, it has a procedural. How we gonna connect? Procedural method to connect, and it has a OOP, which is object oriented programming method to connect. So, and this guys here, PHP, as the name suggests, is a little bit intimidating, and this is completely data object because it's object oriented. So we're gonna go on the procedural one, because procedural one is going to be very easy, but I'm going to show you guys the object oriented way anyway, because in the future videos we're gonna learn the PHP object oriented programming. So this is, so far we have learned all the basics of the PHP. Now we are more advanced enough to learn the MySQL and issue the MySQL commands. And the future videos, then we're going to go on the PHP data objects, because once you guys learn the PHP object oriented programming, and I've already, the PHP object oriented programming is already ready for the to publish. And once you guys learn the MySQL, then I'm gonna promise, I'm gonna put it I'm gonna issue all the, I'm gonna put all the videos available online. So there is something called the PHP object oriented programming. I'm gonna put it PHP OOP, object oriented programming. So it's gonna object oriented programming. So your aim should be the PHP or OOP, or object oriented programming, because with that one's good. This guys here is a lot easier. Alright, so a long time ago, around 2008 2009, at that time it used to be MySQL. So when you guys see this MySQL, or sometime you guys gonna see the MySQL query, for example, MySQL query, and if I issue this one, it's not gonna work, because you guys need to put I, always put I here. Say for example, I'm gonna give you soon an example. What happens if you guys don't put a MySQL I, because PHP had a lot of issues with the MySQL. Say for example, MySQL connect, connect. PHP had a lot of problem. All the developers had a problem, so PHP improved it and put a MySQL I. So to prove this I makes a huge difference when it comes to bugs and improvement. So PHP did that. So what you guys needs all the to connect, say for example, MySQL, what you guys needs first to begin with is you guys needs here the local host, whatever if you guys working the PHP wants to know, MySQL wants to know if you guys on local host, or you guys say for example at some sort of website, or that's your website, say for example abc.com. if you guys in abc.com, make sure you guys gonna put your abc.com. say for example we're going to create some sort of variable when we call it connect, and we're going to put a new and put a MySQL I. This is the object oriented way, because we are using new, because we are instantiating that one. So the first one is this, you guys gonna need the variable of the local host, for example local host. And what else do you guys think we need? We need the second one is that when we come here and when we get out, what else do you guys need? Then the second one we're gonna need is the first one we need is a local host, the second one we need is a username, the third one we need is the password. So we're gonna put a username, and then we need a password. And what do you guys think? What's the last one we need? The last one is when we're going to go here, we need the database name, the DB name. So what's the DB name here? The test1. So we need the test1. Say for example, you guys need to put something, say for example test1. That's your database name. So we need a MySQL I, except 1, 2, 3, 4 parameters. Whenever you guys want to connect, you guys need to put all of this. Alright, so now we're gonna do exactly the same ones. I'm gonna show you guys anyway, because we're gonna put the same one as a new PDO, for example PHP data objects. So what exactly we're gonna do the same ones, and we're gonna put for example the first part is we're gonna put a MySQL, and we put a column, then we put a host equal to host name, which is gonna be the host name. And keep in mind, you guys have say for example you guys are gonna put on top, you put a host name equal to, say for example localhost, because you already have a variable here. So you put your host name, and you guys gonna put your DB name. Say we can put a DB name, because it needs to connect to the DB first, and our DB name is going to be the test1. And then you guys need the username. Say you guys gonna put a username, and then you guys, the last one, you guys need a password. So I'm gonna put a host. There is a typo here. Don't worry about the typos. Some of them, the main thing is that you guys need to understand, because it's a bit harder for me to talk and type at the same time. And if you see any typo or something, just forgive me. And because you guys need to understand first the structure, how it works. So here you can put that's a procedural way. You guys gonna put the new MySQL I local host, and then you're gonna put your username, password, and then the database name. And then this guys here, we're gonna put a, say for example new, because you guys don't know that at the moment the PHP object oriented programming, and then you guys need new. Maybe we're gonna instantiate this one, because there is a class of MySQL, there is a method called MySQL I inside the PHP core, inside the PHP engine, which takes this parameter localhost, username, password, test, which is the database. And here in the PHP data objects, which is the object oriented programming, you guys need to put a MySQL. If you guys have other database, say for example Postgre or other database, you guys can put that one. And host is host name. same as localhost, and their DB name is test1 your data, and then username is password. But because we are learning, I'm gonna show you the easy way, the procedural way, because we are just learning. All right, so you guys can say, for example, you can connect to your database here, or you guys connect, say for example, here we have done this one when we were doing the, say for example, the session. You guys can create, say for example, we're gonna put it here, say we're gonna come here and we're gonna put some sort of here we're gonna put a comment, connect to the database. Okay, so how we going to connect? As I said to you guys need to put some sort of variable first. So we're gonna put a server name. We put a server, and you can put a name. For example, you can put a name. What's your server name? Your server name is a localhost. And the next one is gonna be, as we said here, the server name is a localhost. The next one is gonna be, as we said to you guys, the username. Then it's gonna be the username and a password. At the moment, we don't need this, because that's for a little bit advanced. When we gonna come here, we gonna put a, say for example, server name, and we put a username, and the username is gonna be, say root, because you're looking here, our username is root, because you guys looking here, it says root. When password, we don't have a password, then we put a password, because you leave it empty where it says password. All right, so now we have a localhost, we have a username, and we have a password. It's time for us to connect. So we're gonna put a connect. We put a, say connection, our DB. We put a con. For example, some people, most of the people, they put a CONN. So that one means that we can connect. All right, so now keep in mind, I have shown you here, this is the object-oriented way. So, but we are going to do the procedural way here, because we're going to do the connect to the database. We're going to do the procedural way. The procedural way is that you guys are going to save the MySQL and then we're going to do connect. As you guys going to see here, the MySQL connect. The first one is we need the server name, because we already defined that one. You guys going to put a server name. The second one we're going to do your username. The last one we need the password. All right, so now how do we know that we have connected to our say for example, we have connected to this database? You guys need to have some sort of system to let you guys know that you guys already system your website connected to the database. So we're going to come here, we're going to say checking connection, and we're going to put a if, and we're going to put a not exclamation mark, and we're going to put this variable, see the variable CONN, our DB connect. If it's not connected, then we're going to say die. It means we're going to terminate the things, whatever here we're going to terminate, and we're going to say, wow, what's the problem? For debugging purposes, say the connection, the DB connection has failed. The DB connection has failed. And why it's failed? Then you guys need to know the error. Then you guys going to put the error. And what was the error? So this is good for the debugging purposes, if you guys want to know. And then you guys need to put a MySQL. There is another method inside in PHP. That is called MySQL connect error. Say for example connect, and then you guys gonna put error. How easy is this? That's the power of PHP, because PHP is already done everything for you guys, all this inbuilt methods inside the PHP. And what you guys do, all you guys needs to come and use this guys here. So we're gonna put, if there is no connection, if this one's failed, then we're gonna put the error number, or error. What's the error? So we're gonna see the MySQL I connect error. It means you guys gonna see the whatever the connection, and whatever else, we're gonna see the echo DB connected successfully, and you guys gonna put a yay. Don't worry about this. If you don't like this, don't put it. I put it to make it a little bit interesting so you guys don't get bored. And now we're going to check, and keep in mind this MySQL I connect is a little bit different to the object oriented way, because in object oriented way we can put a database name, but we don't put a database name at the moment, because we just want to connect to see if the first is our database connecting to our website or not. So we're gonna go there and we're gonna check if we have any error, and if we have any error, why we have error. I congratulate you all that, because we have successfully connected our database. So you guys looking here now, we have connected this guys here to the database. So now we can do whatever we have done through the console and through the SQL here. So looking here through the SQL, whatever done, we have created the database, or we have created the table. Whatever we've done, we can insert the database, we can update the database, we update the tables, and we can do anything we want. We can insert anything inside the tables, we can update the tables, we can update our data, we can delete our data, we can do whatever we want through this guys here. Because now you guys needs to know we can insert some data through our this guy here. So how the insert work exactly like this one. So once you guys gonna go inside the database, and you guys know that say for example, if you guys go here, say then insert here, and then you guys know that there is something called insert here. It means you guys inserting all this data. That's exactly what we're gonna do through here, because we're inserting the user data through here, through the register. So when you guys go on the website, is the say Facebook or Twitter, and when you guys gonna put your details inside, it means you guys inserting your credential, your first name, last name, email, and password into their database. So for example, if it's Facebook or Twitter, or if it's Yazdani social, whatever is social, Kuraiword social, whatever social, you guys, it means you guys inserting your data. So that's about it. We have successfully connected our data. You guys don't need, in the future videos we're going to remove this. They can only see this one if there is a problem, but we are not going to show this one to the user, the yay we have successfully connected to the database. We are not going to do this one, because user don't need to know this. You guys going on Facebook never show you guys, yay we have so successfully connected Facebook to the database. They're not going to do this, because the only time they're going to do this is for their own development. If it's in development environment, they're going to see if there is a connection error. If there is a connection error, what's the error number, what's sort of problem, and then we can find the solution of that problem. Because inside the PHP MySQL I has a connecting something, has a method here to rectify this problem. And keep in mind, if you put a MySQL, it means it's gonna give you guys error, because that was deprecated long time ago. So the PHP is not going to accept this undefined MySQL connect, because the PHP don't understand this one. It means nothing to the PHP. Keep in mind that means nothing. So when you come here and just put I, it means you're good to go. You guys all, PHP understand this, and PHP is happy, and we all happy because our DB has been successfully connected. Alright guys, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to subscribe my channel. If you guys have any question or comment, leave in the comment box. Otherwise, I'll see you guys in the next video, and bye.